mynews.studio.
Europe's solar panels have just outperformed coal and gas. Could the sun actually power an entire continent now?
Today's date is 2025-08-27. For the first time, solar has become the single largest source of electricity in the European Union. In June, solar supplied 22% of all EU power, a record. 13 countries, like the Netherlands and Greece, hit all-time monthly highs. The Netherlands got more than 40% of its electricity from solar, Greece over 35%. What changed to make this possible?
Three main things: rapid improvements in solar technology, major investments, and strong policy support. The EU set big targets, like the Repower EU plan, aiming for 400 gigawatts of solar by this year and 750 by 2030. There's also the solar strategy, which requires solar panels on new buildings and speeds up permits for renewables. But do policies like these actually make a difference?
The data suggests they do. Countries such as Germany, the Netherlands, Greece, and Spain have used things like feed-in tariffs and auction systems to attract investment. By making it easier and more profitable to build solar, they've shifted the landscape quickly. But as solar grows, new challenges are popping up, like grid congestion and supply that can vary. How is the EU handling those?
They're expanding grid capacity, investing in battery storage, and improving interconnections between countries. The goal is to balance supply and demand. That way, solar growth doesn't cause instability or raise costs. Still, even with these changes, there's a slowdown expected. Installations are projected to dip by 1.4% next year. Do you think that's just a short-term issue, or could it signal something bigger?
Policymakers seem concerned enough to explore changes. They're looking at ways to support rooftop solar, get companies to sign long-term power purchase agreements, and make grid upgrades happen faster. The aim is to keep solar growing so the EU can meet its 2030 targets. But if Europe can make this work, could other regions do the same?
That's really the bigger question. Europe's solar milestone shows that large-scale renewables can become the backbone of a modern economy. It's a model for reducing emissions, boosting energy security, and moving away from fossil fuels. But it also highlights the need to keep up policy support and investment.
So, Europe's solar growth is both a milestone and a trial run. Can energy grids worldwide handle renewables at this scale? Will other areas follow Europe's path? And how quickly can this transition really happen?
That's the story behind these numbers. Europe has shown that solar can power a continent, but the next steps might be just as tough and just as crucial.
Thanks for joining us while we unpacked how the sun became Europe's main power source and what that could mean globally.
Thank you for listening. This episode was brought to you by mynews.studio. Try it now for free.